Ooh yeah. Are you at the gym? And you need something to listen to? Ooh yeah. I got an idea. How about you download the Jabba Tears podcast on anywhere you listen to podcasts? Because it gives you that ooh yeah.
Jabba Nation. Welcome to another episode of the Jabba Tears podcast. As always, I'm Janelle from Make here with Sir Wilkins and Mr. Black. Thank you to everyone that came out this weekend at Legends. Was the bar packed?
Yeah, there was. It was.
Good morning.
I was reading about Abbott Elementary.
I tell you, one of my old coworker of mine, her sister is a writer for the show.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah. And she's known Quinetta since thank you. So those that are on Facebook, welcome. Thank you for having us back, Facebook, because someone clearly was angered, Mark Zuckerberg, real quick. Those that are on Facebook and on the live feed right now with us, thank you so much for joining us this morning. If you have not given Mark Zuckerberg permission, please write your name either at the beginning or the end of your comments. We want to know who is talking to us so we can say thank you, so we can say hey. So make sure to let us know who you are, especially the person that just put in the comment, great podcast. Thank you so much. But I want to thank you in real terms. So
shout
please put your name.
It's looking sexy, man. You know, shout out to engineer out here, got a new cut.
Oh my God,
looking
the new
sexy,
cut.
B.
Wait, is he listening to us? I would love for him.
No, he's not. He has other podcasts.
Yeah, but no matter.
Oh no, he said he's right here. Come in real quick.
He looking sexy, yo.
Ladies.
You saw his arms poking out his.
Hot.
Woo! He wearing
Respectfully.
small today.
Look at our lovely engineer. Look at him. He used to have. Woo! Wait.
The waves about to be on.
Listen, he said hot. He said it's about to be a hot summer in Live Johnson's voice. Once again, everyone that hey Queeks. Once again,
Quest. Yo, I haven't seen you in a minute, my guy. Yo, Legends. Next time I see you, guy, we smoke a big stuff like this, B. Like this, B. Dang.
But once again, those that are on the live feed, make sure to put your name if you haven't given access to Facebook, because we do want to know who you are.
We got Michael Bostic in the building. Check out his new song by Seymour's brother.
His new
Seymour,
EP.
Seymour.
His new EP, A Love Story, Chapter 2 on all streaming platforms.
This shit is alright though, so I love that shit.
So make sure to
so I've been waking up in the morning
support.
listening to that because I listen to encouraging music. I know trap music, B.
You know what's funny? Because the other day he had looked at numbers and he was just like, yo, someone's playing.
Yeah.
Someone's playing the EP. And I was just like, oh, okay, you never
I
know.
break for all type of numbers, B.
No, super proud of him and definitely listen.
You're a good girlfriend. I see you encouraging him, B.
Well, you know, when you're executive producer of an Ain't Praying.
Number one fan today.
Are you really executive producer?
Tell him the story.
Yo, she low-key
See?
mastermind the whole shit.
See?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
see?
dope.
You see?
Did
You
she
see?
get credit?
Yeah.
See, people don't understand. We get a good woman right here.
Oh, so we might as well say it. Happy Women's History Month to Janelle from the
Janelle
HR.
HR.
Thank you.
She's a part owner, co-host, interviewer,
Thank
and now an
you.
executive producer on the album.
Jack of all trades.
Killing y'all bitches out here, B. Killing y'all
Facts.
bitches, B.
Facts.
Killing all y'all bitches in wrestling game, B. Shoot. All y'all girls do is just talk. Oh, yeah. But
I
don't do
love
nothing that
it.
she
Nah,
do, B.
there's not.
Dang.
There's a lot of.
She'll be at Comic-Con soon.
There's a lot of. You know what? I love you for that. I love you for
Shout out
that.
to Iz.
No, but
Shout out to my son Vaughn.
So what do you want to talk about?
Big Blunt Black. I like that nickname.
Where the fucking what you would call it? With Roman
Shout out
and
to
Cody.
Tiffany. Congratulations once again, though.
Yes. Shout out to Tiffany and Kyle on their engagement.
I just want to come to the reception so I can dance and eat. I have no rhythm.
He
but
said,
I
I
wanna
just
dance.
And in
Eat
Spanish
does
and black,
have
we get that
rhythm.
good food,
You
B.
may get a mixture of both. You never
Man.
know.
Man.
But no, thank you for once again. Thank you everyone that came out, going back to wrestling. That came out to Legends for AEW Revolution. We appreciate everyone that does come out and support. As you see, now we're officially under we're less than 21 days away from WrestleMania, so a lot of stuff has been going on both on Smackdown and on Monday Night Raw.
Okay, The Rock
Let's
show.
smack it down. Oh. Listen, that we're gonna talk about Raw because I almost changed my flight to go to Boston. it definitely almost happened because I was like, Jonathan Cena. But let's talk about AEW Revolution a little bit. You guys can kind of like give me some highs, some lows, some things you enjoyed, some things you didn't enjoy. And those that are once again on the live feed, you can join in the conversation as well. Let us know what you guys thought about AEW Revolution.
Yo, I know we gotta talk about wrestling, but
no, we don't have to all the way.
This involves wrestling.
Okay.
So my coworker goes to Columbia, and he studies.
Happy birthday, Krista B of those wrestling girls.
Oh, happy birthday! So happy birthday, Krista. Happy birthday, Tyree from Prolific. Happy birthday to the best ref, one of the best referees in the business, Nick Shin.
My OG.
Happy birthday. I feel like I'm missing another person too. But yeah, there are a lot of fucking Pisces around in the world. Jesus Christ. But happy birthday.
I'm sending healing energy to Lala of the roof Lala Roofless. I see you in the hospital.
Yes, sis, get better. But okay, your coworker, go for it.
So he's in business management.
Okay.
And they studied like contract. They studied Triple H's contract.
Ooh, wait, which one though? Like current
the
or
one from 06.
Okay.
It's when he resigned for the first time. So I was coming into work, and he was like, "Yo, you're like the wrestling guy that I know. So like, explain this shit to me. This is like the worst contract I've ever seen in my life." So he didn't know that wrestlers are
independent contractors.
Independent contractors. So the independent contractors, he was like, "Yo, that's wild." But in the contract, this is 06. I think he re-upped in 2012. In the contract, it said that WWE low-key was not responsible for any injuries. For operations. Even if it happened in the ring, they have to decide that. So wait,
so did he cover the quad surgery? Because he had...
No, WWE covered it for the most part. And plus, he's married to Vince McMahon's daughter.
No, I guess at that time, yes.
Yeah,
but...
so it was that. Then merch sales, they decide how much they give you. There wasn't a percentage on the contract that said, oh, this is like, you get this amount. It was, they decide how much they give
I don't see
you.
a new contract then.
So it was stuff like that. He was like, yo, this is the worst contract I've ever seen in my life. He was making $1 million a year at the time, which is a lot of money. But then it was just like, he was just telling me like more and more details about the contract. Like, for instance, how many days they had to work.
How many?
So he didn't have that many days at the time. I think it was like 100 and something days.
Oh, that's not bad.
But it doesn't count how much PR you do. So I'm wrestling 100 and let's say 20 days.
But that makes sense.
But I could be on the road 120 extra 20 days because I'm doing PR and going all over. So I could be out my house 220 days out the year.
Right.
20 something years out the year. Then he was asking me, he was like, yo, doesn't your body go through so much? I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's making $1 million a year.
Yeah.
But if he decided to do a movie outside of WWE, let's say he made $1 million from that movie, it gets that $1 million gets subtracted from the money that he made from WWE.
Wait, what?
Wait,
I heard
so
you.
If he do a movie,
so let's say he did Blake
so
Trinity.
he
somebody
did
paid
so,
me,
Blake Trinity.
So if he did the Chaperone, because that was a movie that was his solo movie. So he doing the Chaperone.
But that was WWE project.
That was a WWE project.
So let's talk about Blake Trinity.
So let's say he got paid $50K from, I don't know,
Blake Trinity.
From Blade Trinity, and he was making $100K. They subtract $50K from his contract because in their eyes, you belong.
He's doing it under Triple H, so that makes sense though.
Yeah, so I explained it to him. He was just like, that shit is still wild.
It's still wild because it's just like athletes. Yeah, you are you. You did all this work to get to the NBA, and whatever I make is whatever. What I have to do to the court, I signed that contract. What I do outside of it is none of your business. It sounds like wrestlers are signing 360 contracts.
Wrestlers do sign a 360 contract.
A lot of the
that's what it
contracts.
is. But I also believe that for some, not all, they wouldn't be in a position to command a role in something. So that's the difference. That's the difference in those types of things.
Because think about it, every like monumental contractual thing it started off with the outsiders. So it started off with Kevin Nash, and that was kind of like the peak of contracts being a conversation amongst fans and also guaranteed cash. Then fast forward to everybody always has that saying like, yo, I want the Randy Orton contract. Where Randall only was, he could work probably 100 days and still get paid over $1 million type of shit and still be cool with it. So like everybody, it varies depending on the person. It varies depending on the situation, I think, at times too. Because even look at on the AEW side, like you have people that have 2 different contracts. You have people that are contracted as, like the elite, like the Bucks and Kenny, they're contracted as EVPs, but they're also contracted as wrestlers. Mm-hmm. And the same was with Cody. He said the same thing. He said, we had 2 different contracts. Mm-hmm. So it's just contracts and that type of, on the business side of things, this is why you can't always jump the gun on certain things. You just never really know the situation itself. Because I think one of the things that was circling around as people were talking about Brian Cage's contract either coming to an end. They were talking about Omega's contract being extended because he was injured, and that's something that's not in everybody's contract. So those are the type of things you think about.
For most people, it is though.
I feel like I feel like that depends. I feel like that varies.
Nah, for most people it is. Because
or have that option to do that.
Because
you're still getting paid.
You're still getting, because the thing about it,
because Rey Mysterio I think did that. But I feel like that was an option he chose.
No, they made him. They made his ass come back.
Yeah.
Before his contract was up.
Yeah.
They always do that. It's always been. I don't think Punk has that in his contract. But for most people, it's because. So the thing is, you promised me. We signed a contract. You promised me X amount of dates. Mm-hmm. So if half those dates you couldn't wrestle, which is fine, we'll pay you. Your ass got to come back and make up those 50. Let's say it's 50 days that you owe me. You're making up 50 dates.
So maybe that's the thing with, because I didn't realize until recently that Naomi had surgery. I was like, oh, okay, that would definitely explain also the extended amount of time, because she definitely had a shoulder surgery. And I was like, that wasn't talked about. I feel like I didn't know that. So even that, I was like, oh, I wonder if they froze her contract. I wonder if that's why, one person was able to get out of a situation versus the other, because one is injured. So though it's always I think it's a person by person type of situation. Like,
it's always person by person, but for most parts, the injury thing is like across the board.
But it's also depending on who's doing agent, who doing the negotiation.
Most people don't have agents.
Yeah, I'm about to say most people, they do it by themselves.
They do it by themselves, which is fine.
Unless there's somebody that can pay for a lawyer or has a lawyer on retainer, then.
But a lot of people
different.
is like I always said, a lot of us who got into wrestling came fresh off the porch, literally. Hey, I woke up one day, I want to go to wrestling, and then they kept on carrying on in the same exact style of like doing contracts. Because even when you're indies, you got to negotiate your own contract. So when you develop that habit for so long, they say indies for 10 years. By the time you reach WWE in 11 year, you still have the motion that I could do my own contract, but not understanding that more money requires different level of responsibility, different kind of people, different kind of knowledge.
Well, yeah, more money, more problems.
But it depends. But the thing is, it's at this point, there's books to read. There's stuff to look at.
I agree.
But let me ask you a question. All right, you great. So do you suggest anybody who made books, who have anything on you to say wrestling contracts?
But it's still negotiation.
Mm-hmm. It's a business
like
thing.
Carmelo Hayes supposedly negotiated more money
for his NXT contract.
Because other people were asking for him. And he was like, no, I want this amount. This is what other people are giving me.
I remember when he did the WWE signing at home, at his house. And I think the interview right after that, he said, I had multiple offers. And this was the offer that offered me the most. And this is where I'm going. So,
because the thing is, like, NXT is a great ass deal.
Well, yeah, you get to live. You don't get to, I mean, now that they're kind of, I guess they're picking and choosing when they go back on the road. Because actually, I feel like NXT has had different eras. Well, they definitely have different eras. But they've had different situations where before the pandemic, they was always on the road. So no matter what. But now, because they're more central and still at, now they're at the Performance Center. Because that wasn't a thing when the Romans, the Big E's, the Charlottes, all of them was there. That the Performance Center wasn't a thing. It was a thing, but they didn't have a building for that, like the way they have now.
No,
the way that they have now. Like when we went to NXT, It was a whole like fortress. This is like a campus type shit, and they not even at Full Sail anymore. They have their own separate property now. So comparing for when it used to be, you have one central place. Everybody lives in Orlando. The cost of living is different. How you live your life is different. So that type of scenario for anyone coming off of the indies, that's a golden opportunity.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like one thing I always have to say about WWE is they always have some kind of developmental. You understand? Even back to OVW, and then OVW transferred into Florida Championship Wrestling. Florida Championship Wrestling became NXT. So they always had like one building, and there's a ring you could train throughout the whole time because even the top stars went down there. That's the one thing that always gives WWE. Even back in the day, they had territories with what's that dude's name? The King, because The Rock went down there.
Yeah.
They had a real good agreement. So one thing I have to say about Vince and WWE system is they think long term. They think that, hey, you come in here and you learn the style because we wanted it this way. That's what, and like we mentioned this last week. I feel once Cody left, the soul left because he took the Nightmare Factory with him.
Yeah. So who asked us that question? Somebody, I felt like, asked me that question. It was like, do you think AEW needs a performance? And I said, listen, if WCW can have a power plant, these niggas need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because the Dark and the Evolution, never. I'm
It
showing
was
my
the
pretty
last interview
toes.
that you did
But,
in Texas. They probably asked you that.
no. Oh, you know what? Speaking of them, shout outs to the Big Propaganda Wrestling Podcast. I was a guest on their show this past Saturday in Houston, Texas. They showed so much love. It was so dope to be amongst them. It was dope because it was like Nation of Domination, but when Owen was with them, that's the vibe that I got from all of them because, you know, it's 4 men and then the one white dude, but he was cool. He's invited to the barbecue. But no, what they're doing down in Houston is really dope. So if you're in the Houston, Texas area, make sure to support them.
Check them out.
I absolutely, they were so dope. But I don't think the question came from them. I feel like it was something that somebody asked me like randomly. But I say that in saying that AEW, you know, I guess they feel like having the Dark and the Revelation, the Evolution, whatever the fuck, the two shits they got on fucking YouTube. I think they think that's good enough as like a performance center type of shit, and it's not. Because
just like my brother mentioned what Joey Janela said on a podcast interview, he said, this is why I keep on messing up. And how can you get better if you're not fighting people on your level? Which a lot of people who come into Dark could probably compete with him, but they're not allowed to compete. It's just like squash. Someone get down there, get a bunch of wins, but you're looking like, what have you learned? Even a lot of these girls who developed to go against Jade, right? I be looking at them to get all these wins.
I'm about to put her on a milk carton. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well,
she was on Dynamite.
She's gonna face next week. She's gonna face
the Queen's Finest, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go, Queens in the house.
I don't even know who
Queens
you're talking about.
Layla.
Oh, okay.
Layla
Wait,
Hirsch.
what?
Not Layla Hirsch.
No, not Layla Hirsch.
Layla Gray.
Layla Gray.
The girl that she was that was standing side by side to her.
The dime piece chick from Queens, B.
That got a whole nigga.
Who cares?
No,
She's still a dime piece
Yeah.
from Queens.
But nevertheless, though.
Really?
But
okay, we're gonna get to that.
yeah, but
why.
overall, though, nevertheless,
Jade needs to go to Japan.
And you know why she
I wouldn't go that
Japan?
far either.
She's a black, tall, look like a god, a goddess. Going to Japan, boy.
I 100% agree with that.
Come
I don't
on.
think, but it's not. That's not what people think is her to wrestle there.
No.
I'm not talking about.
She needs to go to a dojo.
But a dojo doesn't necessarily have to be Japan either.
No,
is what I'm saying.
no. There's a level.
Because I feel like not the issue, but my thing with her is outside of the in-ring is just, to be honest, the booking is trash for her. And I don't think it has, I mean, her still being, I guess, green in some sense plays a role into it, and them not having a area where people can train and get better and do that doesn't help either.
Japan.
But I just don't think the first solution is ship her to Japan and figure it out.
That's not it.
Because people dream to wrestle in Japan.
It's not wrestling in Japan. It's doing a tour, and training in Japan. So this is what it is.
And
hold on. When Bryan Danielson said she needs to go to Japan, because what she's doing right now is not helping her. It makes sense because when you go to Japan, they train differently. Granted, Japan ain't perfect.
Yeah.
Like Nick Aldis said it. Japan ain't got shitty wrestlers too.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a whole buck.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody got shitty wrestlers.
They ain't the end all be all to wrestling. But for Jade's style and that hard and that monster style that she wants to portray, Japan would be great. And the type of conditioning and type of workouts they would put her through, she would level up so much. Because the thing about it, they don't have that in America. She don't have the time in America to do it. They don't have a power plan. They don't have a training camp for AEW. And she can't just go to any school in like whatever because there's no schools around it like that. She needs to literally live in a place. Like she literally needs to be Goku on King Kai's planet. That's exactly what she needs to do. Like literally become Goku, go to King Kai, aka Japan, and then come back leveling up and
go to Kaioken
and get the Kaioken. Because she will be a completely different wrestler. Japan would be the best place because she could, like everything else is obviously she has a daughter, she has a husband, so it might be harder. But her going to Japan, and when Bryan Danielson said that, I was like, that's 100% right.
And they're gonna look out for her.
They're gonna look out for her. She'll elevate how she wrestles, everything. Because like she just needs to be in a training camp. Like an actual training camp and just be pushed. Because people ain't gonna push her here. Who's pushing her? Tony ain't. The job is that she's fighting ain't.
But that's the problem.
But the thing about it,
if the game plan would have been to get your craft together, that should have happened before she even became TBS Elemental P champion.
But the thing is though, with that company, it's not a fault of their. This is a fault of their own, but also it's not their fault. They don't have it. They don't have enough talent around it. They don't have enough. They don't lend out their talent. And the thing about it, Jade is kind of different. Jade is not like, you saw how Bianca could go to main event and legit build up. Like, you saw Bianca do multiple times. They don't have a performance center. Like, she lived at the performance center. They don't have that.
No, I get that.
And I never saw Jade or Duck or Elevation.
But my thing is, I think she has maybe once or twice or something like that in the very beginning.
She should be there. She should have been there more often.
She should have been on the pay-per-view, but that's neither here nor there. But
she can't work. I'm not putting her with Mercedes.
No, I wouldn't do that.
She needs a training camp. Breathe.
I just feel
but
like
they got one in the U.S.
That's what I'm saying. Like literally, she lives in Atlanta. A.R. Fox's school is one of the best schools in the country, bro. And he signed to the company.
No,
so you have somebody that can train you there.
No, it's not that. It's one of those. I gotta change scenery. I gotta move and engulf myself in this. That's why he said do a tour. That means I gotta live and breathe this shit for a period of time to get rid of certain habits and certain types of things. Yes, I'm gonna go to AR Fox School and then go on Dark and wrestle.
No, don't do that.
No, but that's what's gonna happen.
No, not necessarily.
So why can't you go to Japan in LA? Japan, LA.
No, I need to live a different culture. I need to wake up 6 a.m.
That is the right plan
and kill myself and change the body.
She's an athlete.
Change the way that she
She understands athlete.
This is like
But
football.
my thing is to do that before you even got to where you are now.
Well, it's too late for that now.
It's too late.
Well, then
So we got
you can't work backwards.
No, you're not. You're not working backwards.
You're not working.
You're on some like, yo, we're taking the pause for you to like, as of right now, you're going back to school. How you working backwards? Like, for example, for you go back to school. Is that working backwards, That's working forwards because you added knowledge.
You added different level. She got to one level.
Exactly.
Now she's at a glass ceiling. So why not? All right, cool. And the thing about it, her skills level up, more money in her pocket. Potentially other people might want her now. WWE. You have a level, you can do more.
Well, WWE wanted her before she signed.
Yeah, and WWE would have done a better job with her. But that's a different conversation.
She didn't want to be on the road all those times. She didn't want the schedule. She didn't want the demand of the schedule.
She didn't want to give up her name. because they would have owned her name, which we went back to the earlier conversation, contracts.
But a major part was the scheduling because her daughter and stuff like that.
Which I totally understand.
Because that was a lot of them. Even with LAX, when they signed, that was the major thing for them was scheduling. I didn't want to do.
Here's the thing,
I didn't want to go X, Y, and Z.
That's all great and all, but the one thing that Tony Khan should have did, and this is why I always give Vince credit. Yo, send it to Cody's school when Cody was around for a good 3 months. You don't see about her, but yet vignettes every once in a while. Jade is coming. Jade is coming. Jade is coming. So then when she does come, a little bit more like, oh, okay, she's a lot better when she is. Because her and Shaq, she was on she wasn't even barely like Super Saiyan 1. She ain't on KO, nothing.
Those references don't hit me, but those that are watching probably
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I was about to say, y'all niggas
she
get.
Don't Kamehameha, nothing like that, B.
She needs to go to King Kai.
She gonna King Kai to the Kamehameha, the KO can. Yo, son.
So, can y'all use a different reference so I can know what the fuck y'all talking about?
Power Rangers. Power Rangers. Yo, she started out with the regular Power Ranger, B. Yo.
Anything past like the originals?
The original want to be. She need the dragon dagger and a dragon shield.
Okay,
right now,
that's a little bit better.
She just had the dagger. That ain't enough right now.
She barely got the dagger, to be honest with
you. Barely. She barely got the dragon sword.
She at the cafeteria doing the science like
listen, she just needs to live and breathe in that.
That's it.
She needs to go to King Kai.
Exactly. And get brolic.
Get the moves right, get everything, because
she did the ship. She did the ship with heavy gravity. That ain't enough. She needs to go to King Kai.
She needs to go to King Kai and get busy, son.
Listen, y'all yelling this King. It sound like y'all saying, first of all, it sound like y'all saying King the Kai. So I'm saying here, like, what fucking Six Flags ride y'all trying to get on?
Let me ask you a question. That's your question. For somebody who's been on a winning streak, who is her arch enemy? Who's her Joker?
But we've been say this. But we've always said the issue with her, and it's because she got the dumbass William Goldberg effect. But we always said that the reason why is she don't have no stories to her. The only time I was interested and tuned in was the Nyla shit, which was childish as fuck. But I was here for
had
it.
An enemy. NWO.
But that was towards the later end, though. In the beginning.
But still, NWO used to fuck with
him.
And
it wasn't even...
it's still a nemesis.
But we're beating a dead horse right now.
But I'm confused on the Layla. That's what threw me off.
They're both in the baddies thing. It works. So it works. It works.
Wait, how did it introduce on last night?
I don't know.
Sorry, guys. That's my bad.
She was talking shit.
So I watched. I've been disconnected from wrestling the past like 6 days.
She was watching on the screen and she saw it, and then they're like, potentially she's gonna end up fighting her. So, but the thing is, this is so.
Wait,
what
they did that. Wait, so they rushed that though?
They didn't rush it. It was a good segment. I forgot exactly what it was, but Dynamite this was the first time in a while I watched Dynamite, and they were doing promos and they were setting up stories.
Yes.
This was the first time in a long time they like Ruby Soho and that bum ass dollar store NWO gang of these chicks, Soraya and Toni
I'm gonna need them
Storm.
to get a better color. Of the paint.
This is the most
the lime green
NW
shit is
2000.
stupid.
That's them. NW 2000.
Nah, it was they at the tail end of WCW when Jeff Jarrett and everybody else had a stable.
This is the most bum ass group I ever seen.
But it makes sense.
No.
Great point.
No. Listen, Soraya, Toni Storm, Ruby Soho is the most bum ass group I ever seen. But
it makes sense.
Ruby Soho made sense because she made sense of it. So this is what happens. She gets on the mic, explains what's going on, cuts a phenomenal promo.
But she always been like that, even with the Riot Squad. So that makes sense.
No, but the thing about it, what it did, I'm just talking about Dynamite on a bigger picture. What it did is like, okay, I just see what happened here. That's why you did that. Instead, and the thing about what made it better was that it was in the ring. So it did a couple of things. Not a bum ass a 30-second like conversation. Mm-hmm. It was she cut
or
the promo.
A pre-taped conversation.
She cut the promo in the ring with Renee. So now you're leveling up the conversation. You get a better crowd reaction because she did it in front of the crowd because she was a heel. Mm-hmm. That whole segment was like gold because now I'm like, oh, this is what we're doing. She talked about how, oh, listen, I beat I lost to this person or I beat this person and y'all still booed me. Y'all still ain't show me no love. Soraya came. Y'all ain't show her no love. Toni Storm came. Y'all ain't show her no love. And she broke out the analogy. She said, if the foundation's weak, we got to destroy it and build a new one. I said, oh.
Well, that's a bar.
I said, Ruby, you crackhead. Ruby was cooking on that one.
But I'm not surprised.
Soraya should take notes.
I'm not surprised though, because literally that was the whole like push. Remember, like take a layer back with the Riot Squad. She was the catalyst and the head of that. So
that's why Sarah Logan should not be on TV anymore.
I'm not surprised. What? Who?
Sarah Logan.
Oh please, we're not gonna go back to that.
I will always go back to
that's
feet.
why I wasn't surprised about her turning. I wasn't surprised about the three of them getting together because it makes sense. The only thing, please, Tony Khan, if you ever want to just do something for me, please don't give a women's tag belts. Please, I beg of you, I please you. Even in Women's History Month, because if we're gonna be completely honest, if you were gonna pull the trigger on a female tag belts, you should have did it before you did the TBS title. You have so many women, low key, that you put on all these YouTube shits that, and you've done women tag team tournaments. So that if you were gonna do anything first, to me it would have been the tag titles first, then maybe a mid card women's belt. But regardless of the fact,
only person who does it right is Impact.
It's exciting. But you know what? Impact's good for A, not giving a fuck, but B, also pairing people, whether they're male or female. And I would give Impact that. Impact's definitely always been groundbreaking. Terramana is, you understand how upset I was? I had the opportunity to go to the fucking SFL game and we didn't go because we were celebrating a birthday. I'm so upset. But no, Terramana is the official tequila of the SFL.
For real?
Yeah.
That's the
The
rocks.
Rocks. But I was just like, wait, you sponsoring your own shit? I'm so confused.
Son, Under Armour sponsors XFL.
Yeah.
Yo, the Rock.
Yeah, he got the game online. Got the shit on choke.
The Rock created his own world.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it though.
Like we're just living in it.
Yeah, we're just living in it.
Like we visit.
Like this man has a TV show about his life, and he narrates it like if he's in for the future.
Oh, speaking about TV shows, I was just telling Mikey about that the other day. I gotta watch the Heels thing because y'all always talked about that.
Oh,
so I think I'm ready now to jump into it because now they're doing season 2.
When's season 2 coming out?
They're in production now.
Okay, cool.
But also AJ Lee's gonna be in the season with her husband. So that'll be interesting. But I just thought about that.
Lee,
I was just like, wait, what?
I don't get excited for her.
Me neither.
She's
me neither.
The same thing as Paige,
said.
but better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way better on the mic.
She was what Paige was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That's what AJ Lee was. I'm not saying she's. I would never put AJ Lee in. She's a semi-GOAT. In the women's, no, this in general. When you look at the overall women's wrestling over the past like 20 years, maybe even 25, she's semi-goated because she was something different, just like Soraya.
She was a level. Really, she low key. Now thinking about it, Rhea Ripley would probably be the upgraded version of her. And how they build her from where Rhea was in the NXT realm and did all that, and then came up, wasn't hot, and then ended up losing the belt to. Oh well, then no, who lost the belt to? No, never mind. Then
I feel like AJ Lee was good. I
Rhea
feel like she was
a little
entertaining.
bit more on the Paige side than
I feel like AJ Lee was very entertaining. Like I don't remember no fire matches from her. That's not knocked to her. It was just during the time.
The theme song was about.
Of course.
She know how to talk on the mic.
Yeah.
Fire.
And I think
bum ass Soraya.
I think
staying on that chick's neck, B.
Oh Lord.
Staying on that chick's neck.
But we're gonna jump back into Revolution.
Y'all all got mad at me.
Let's see. But what?
Rashad said, what do you guys think will happen with the women's tag team titles since Trish, Lita, Becky are fighting Damage Control?
This is the dumbest shit ever.
It's not the dumbest shit.
It's
not the dumbest shit.
How are you liking this? How are you liking this? This is the same person that talks about, why they putting 2 random people in a tag team? But they literally just put 2 random people in a tag team. Why the fuck is Trish out there?
I'm talking about you. Listen. The match you said. Do I agree that Lita and Becky needed to be tag team partners? No.
But you loving this.
But I love the fact that I can get Trish Stratus at WrestleMania. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I love the fact that Trish Stratus gets to be able to wrestle in this era of wrestling because she can. I don't care.
They didn't even set up a storyline.
No, they did. Because listen, if you listen to the promo she said on Raw, if you go back, she told Bailey, she said, stop fucking with me because I can come out of retirement. And she said it in the promo because she said that a while ago. They brought that back just like how.
So how does this connect with fucking with
Damage Control
with Becky?
With Becky?
How does
well,
Becky
because
connect?
Becky fucking Lynch. Well, Becky had listen.
Why can't it just be Trish and Lita be tag teams?
So you saying you want to see Trish and Lita?
It would make more sense.
It would make more sense
because there was a tag team.
But they're gonna put Becky. You know what? I understand business wise.
Okay, that's why. So why we upset about it?
Becky is a big brand, granted. But at the same time,
she has the bigger draw. It makes sense.
Janelle from the HR.
It makes sense.
It is a random
the match.
Tag
I
team.
said the match makes sense. I never said Lita and Becky Lynch as a tag team champions make fucking sense. I never said that.
So it should have been reversed. Lita and Trish should have won the belts. Then Becky came out.
Possibly.
Yes.
But the thing is, you gotta have the person that's gonna stay after the fact be the head of it. So Becky being the head of it, once this shit always ends, because I think
Lita's gonna leave too.
So. To your question, Rashad, I think, well, what the rumbling is going on is that one night, and this is the beauty about 2 nights. Night 1, you'll probably get that match. Night 2, you get the women's tag belts, because I still think they're trying to do the Ronda and Shayna Baszler match. So you're still probably going to get a women's tag team match at WrestleMania. So, and that's the beauty about 2 nights, because you can do 2 different things. It's the same thing last year when they had Austin and Kevin Owens night 1, but then they had Vince and Pat, and then Austin came out night 2. And night 2, he got the bigger pop that he did night 1 in his own match.
Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. That first night, you got a big pop too.
Which night did Austin get the bigger pop? In your opinion?
The first night.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was the second night.
Maybe because where I was seated.
Yeah.
Nah, I was seated closest to the stage.
That's probably why you felt. Probably couldn't hear.
Nah, I felt it. I felt the. It was a different feeling.
Was it Cody's fireworks that night? First night?
No, Cody was first night.
Somebody had big ass fireworks. That's probably what it was. Probably went deaf.
I didn't.
Listen.
I didn't.
Austin was out here.
You know, okay. So you know why I feel like night 2 was the bigger pop? Because you didn't see it coming. So night 1, you knew Austin. You knew the match was happening.
I'm not gonna hold you.
So you were anticipating the build up to the anticipation of Austin coming out night 1 because you knew it was happening was coming. Night 2, imagine like, let's say a random ass pay per view. Let's say Roman and Drew McIntyre or whatever, and let's say Jonathan Cena popped up. He would have a bigger pop because it would be unexpected. The unexpected pop. The unexpected pop is bigger than the planned pop.
But I feel like the planned pop was a little bit better.
The planned pop,
but you need to go to WrestleMania. You have to come to WrestleMania next year.
Yes, no. Next year, Philly is gonna be
because
a time.
Not gonna hold you.
It's an experience.
I don't know because I'm going this year. I don't know if it's gonna hold up to last year because the nigga got spoiled.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, because I saw Undertaker retire. I saw Triple H retire, leave his boots in the ring. I saw a Stone Cold match. I saw Cody come back.
That was a good first WrestleMania for him.
I saw the last Vince match.
Yeah, we was there for that.
I saw Logan Paul wrestle at WrestleMania.
Yeah, for the first time.
Listen, I don't know. This WrestleMania going to be trash.
No.
Did Bobby win that WrestleMania?
Not that one.
That was when Omos won. No?
That was Tampa. But
so now that we're talking about WrestleMania, and I promise we're gonna get back to where we're talking about. I know we're gonna get there. I promise. But in terms of WrestleMania, here are some of the matches that are confirmed that we know that will happen, and I want you guys to tell me what night you would like to see it on. So we'll start with with 6-woman tag match. This is Women's History Month. So Trish, Lita, and Becky versus Damage Control. Night 1 or night 2?
Night 1.
It's not a bum ass match.
Wants to see that shit,
it's not a bum ass match. I get to be in my 30s and watch a person that I grew up admiring wrestle for
You
the
gonna
first
stand up
time.
and go,
I've never seen
that's not true. That's not
imagine
true.
if Little Kim sung out Trish Stratus.
That's not gonna happen.
Is it? Do we know?
Someone said Team MILF versus Team
Team
Control.
MILF.
I was
Oh,
gonna recognize Little Kim.
okay. I'm stupid.
Not gonna hold you. The greatest thing, one thing about Trish, she ruined my childhood. Because every time I was playing
That's your
SmackDown,
fault.
she would come. My mom would come into
The screen, yeah.
screen.
SmackDown 2.
big ass titties out, and then mom walks into the thing. What are you doing? Oh,
And by the PlayStation 2 the PlayStation 1 had the longest loading screens. You wait like this.
I'm dead.
Patiently.
Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul has been made official. Night 1 or night 2?
That's one night 2 match.
it's a night 2 match.
Oh.
Night 2. I want to see that night 2.
Okay. Who else we got? Well, we already know Cody and Roman are gonna be night 2. So
Charlotte and
Charlotte and Rhea, they'll probably
Night
be
1.
night 1.
They may be night 2. Because I think Bianca and Asuka may go night 1.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Honestly speaking, I would open the show.
Both of them open the show. Yeah.
If I was
I
to
agree.
do Bianca and Asuka, I would open.
I agree.
Omos, I just wish Brock would say his name right. Omos versus Brock Lesnar, night 1 and night 2.
Night 1.
Yeah.
What they're probably alluding to is Bobby Lashley versus Bray Wyatt, night 1 or night 2.
Oh, that's night 2 match right there.
Yeah.
You know, you get a chance to
Say
develop
Bobby
his
for
legs.
night 2.
You know,
yeah.
he's gonna die because it's a horror movie.
Yo, how interesting would it be? Now that you said that, because it boop. How wild would it be if it was a cinematic match? Would that elevate Bobby Lashley into a character that no one would think of? If the match between Bobby Lashley and Bray Wyatt was cinematic, how would you feel about that? What would you think?
I would enjoy it better
Yeah.
Okay, talk about why.
because Bray matches suck.
Okay,
I feel that
great overall.
once he became the Fiend, they didn't like. Okay. Him as Bray Wyatt, the cult leader, was good because I feel like he had more freedom in the ring to do whatever. Him as the Fiend kind of was just like, yo, like my brother said, he was just too creative. Where like I feel like certain stuff doesn't work well on television.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And I think I kind of why Vince got frustrated with him. Like, nigga, this is stupid for television. Doesn't work for television, bro. No.
Yeah, he's like,
Because that muscle man shit had me rolling.
but because you know what it is, he Bray Wyatt's stuff is the food you eat when you get high.
You know what? I can dig that.
That's what Bray Wyatt stuff is. It's like
Maybe that's why I like it.
it's
and
high food.
7-Eleven.
No, it's like
No,
you know,
like what do you eat when you had the munchies?
he's different. But I'm talking about
It's
you.
that. That's what he's talking
you
about.
put in like 2 pizza slices together and
a
then
beef patty in the middle.
and a beef patty in the middle.
Whoa,
I had to-
that's intense. What?
But that's Bray Wyatt's
Yeah.
stuff.
That's like an elevated cocoa bread. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Bray Wyatt stuff is.
Yeah.
Or like you open up your burrito and then sprinkles Takis in it.
Some people do that.
He's a hack menu.
Yeah,
He's a
like
secret menu. Yeah.
yeah, he's high food.
Secret sauce.
Bray is high food.
Yeah.
To Stephanie Hardy, shout out to the Hardy Wrestling Podcast. She asked, could a cinematic match work in Los Angeles? I think it would actually. Now thinking about it, the location makes perfect sense. You could even if they even wanted to recreate a backlot brawl, go for it.
Yes.
Go for it.
Yes.
I'm okay with
You know,
it.
Bobby Lashley come with the golden Escalade.
Oh no, Bobby and the Bronco. Bobby and the Bronco.
Oh. Bobby and the Bronco. Ooh. I got you now. And he disappear. Oh.
That nigga said, "Where'd you go? Where'd you go?" Yo,
Hey, he mad brawling too.
yo,
He's mad
this
funny.
is why I actually
Oh.
like Bobby and Bray because
He's
Bobby is
funny.
so serious. So
Yes.
this will bring a different side of Bobby Lashley. I think that no one's
Yes.
ever seen,
It's look.
and I'm kind of okay for
Yes.
it.
You think they should make him dress up like the that black dude from the scary movie with the overalls? What's that like his name?
What, Candyman?
Nah. the guy that Michael Clark Duncan played in The Shining. Was it The Shining?
No.
Listen, I only.
That was the Green Mile.
Yeah, he played like the guy that he wore the overalls. The guy from the Green Mile, because he had Bronx just like him. So that he got the overalls on. He's coming out the Bronco like a real.
Yo, he coming out the Bronco. Listen, WWE, if you're listening. Cinematic, I think is the way. I think cinematic is the way to go. It's LA. It's fun. It goes along. I think with Bray's creativity, and I think it'll definitely show a comedy side of Bobby that we haven't seen in a while.
And then Bobby like pops up in like Farouk's old outfit from Nation of Domination.
How we fire?
This nigga said
like,
he's
gonna.
And then you see,
he said basically Bobby's gonna reenact every black wrestler that has been in wrestling.
So you're gonna do SOS.
Yes.
I still do not forgive them for letting us sit here and think that Kofi Kingston was fucking Jamaican, bro. I talk about that so more recently than anything because it's an insult to me. It's literally an insult.
Mine is still rolling with blue eyes.
Okay.
But you know what? His mama white, so that's why that didn't hit me.
What?
His mama white, so that didn't hit me weird.
Let me set this up. What are some things that you will never forgive? Things that, like,
you got it.
So yeah.
Okay. What are unforgettable things in wrestling?
Oh, so okay. Let me just get cut this in. Yeah. What are some unforgettable things in wrestling?
Okay. Definitely Taker and King being brothers. Y'all niggas are still wrong for that. OD wrong for that.
How?
OD wrong for that.
Oh.
Acknowledge that shit. Yo, Kane has been Glenn Jacobs. He's been Corporate Kane. All of this shit. And not once have them niggas be like, you know what? Undertaker and Kane, they not really brothers, y'all.
So what? I love it.
That is the one kayfabe thing. Continue. You guys insult me every time.
What about you?
Trying to think what else.
So I have a few.
Roman with blue eyes. You got to get rid of that.
Roman with blue eyes.
Okay.
Yokozuna not being Japanese.
A little bit.
Like, it was low-key mad disrespectful. Because I really thought he was Japanese.
Yeah, and after what I thought I was fab, look like, he's probably that Japanese cousin. And I realized, no, he's Samoan. I'm like, what?
And sadly, I am so dumb because I really thought Bubba Ray and D-Von.
Oh, no, yeah, that's another one.
Because I just thought
because niggas, it can happen.
I just thought it was
in the countryside. Yeah.
It was genetically messed up.
Yeah.
So the mom and dad were black. So then out of nowhere, the son ended up being black.
Okay.
But the rest of the family was white. So I just thought maybe he was either adopted or like he was just, it was something just happened.
Okay, for me is when Hornswoggle was Vince's man's son.
Yeah, okay. That was problematic as fuck.
However,
now looking back, wasn't too far-fetched.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But in that moment, that was wild.
When Vince was the higher power, he did all this.
I argued with someone. I argued with someone this past weekend about that because they had posted a video. They posted a GIF of Vince revealing himself type shit. And I was like, that hands down is one of the best Monday Night Raws of all time. And I don't care what anyone says. I said, because you literally went for months. Who the fuck was this higher power? Who the fuck? It's not Taker? How is it not Taker? What do you mean someone's higher than Undertaker? What does that mean?
Right.
And then for Vince to fucking start the show, Shane McMahon starting the show and saying the higher power will be revealed and all this shit. Build it up through the whole show. And then had us thinking the higher power was Shane because they did for 2.5. And then Shane was on the Titantron and he wasn't the higher power because he wasn't in the ring. And then Vince revealing himself. It was like, you bitches.
So
how dare you?
None of y'all going to talk about what I always talk about? Vince fighting God?
Oh, yeah. Listen,
fire match, though.
Actually, low-key, Vince is just, I love my fellow Virgo. He's problematic as fuck because he blew himself up, too. And that was wild.
This is like AEW. This blew minds. Why the hell you didn't have a series of tag team matches versus Pride and Powerful and the Lucha Brothers? That today blew minds. Because think about it. For everybody who's watching, Look up LAX versus Lucha
they
Brothers
did it
and
at HOG.
Impact. Impact. Their matches was fire. That irked me to this day. Where like, yo, you have so much money left on the table. But another thing too, when the hand came back as an adult, Mark Henry's baby, like that.
Actually,
Blue
that
Lines,
whole shit was weird. That was a
weird, like
time.
weird, like you never acknowledge.
Piper actually being Canadian and not Irish
Oh,
blew me.
he's Canadian.
He's
Yeah.
Canadian?
Oh, sorry. I just broke kayfabe for you. Yeah, straight up Canadian. Sorry. That blew me. When I found that out, I was like, what?
Oh, listen. Stephanie Hardy said them
that's an old
dangling
one.
the carrot of Biggie and Caitlyn
as a couple.
and snatching away with AJ Lee, burning her for the Divas title. She was fired.
I'm so sorry. Facebook
son.
user, my bad. Please put your name so I can say I'm
look
sorry.
what you did, Janelle.
Sorry.
Look how many
But
wild.
we've been talking.
Someone said, wow, Pirate V Canadians, Blue Minds, childhood ruined. You ruined my childhood.
Yo, I had, you know what's so funny? I had ruined it for my boss and one of my coworkers with Razor Ramon because they still thought he was Cuban. And I was like, that is a whole white man, y'all. And it was like, what? And I was like,
Someone named
yeah.
Dante said it.
Okay, I'm sorry, Dante, my bad.
Someone said the same thing. I
Young-
said, Rashid said, Mae Young giving birth to a hand. Think Mark Kane was the dad.
No, Vaughn, we see it's you. Shout out to Vaughn.
Yo, he wasn't
no,
even
we
black
know.
either. The hand was
Who
white.
wasn't black?
The hand.
It was biracial.
Correct.
Boy.
Well, no, babies come out really, really late. So
When he
that
was
wasn't
older, he still looked white.
Tutu.
He has a white mom.
No.
Yeah.
Mark Henry is black in the midnight.
Oh, last thing, and then we'll jump back into Revolution. Then the thing that I hate is the fucking what the graphic that they use for Roman. They make him look way darker than he is, and that shit irks me.
They do that for a lot of people.
That shit is misleading. They do it for the Usos too.
Yeah.
It's misleading.
In
as
entertainment,
fuck.
wait. But
Misleading as
entertainment,
fuck.
they dark your skin though. Yeah, Bow Wow is not really dark.
No. But I mean that graphic. Every time they come out, he does the dumb
Oh, yeah,
shit.
yeah,
I'm like, that is the darkest Roman Reigns I've ever seen in my life. The fuck is that about? Oh, Edge and Christian not being brothers. See, but the thing is they cleared that up at least. At least they acknowledged that they were best friends. That really
they did.
but they cleared it up though.
Yeah,
like
they cleared it up.
I don't feel like now I was bamboozled and hoodwinked because they grew up to like they were best friends. So think of it like my best friends are my sisters, you know. So like at the end of the day, I get that one is not as bad, but fucking speaking of Bow
Speaking of Bow Wow,
who the fuck knows?
I went to Bow Wow and the versus Jade. Yo, I have to give it to you. You was right about Bow Wow. You was right.
I know I was right.
You was right. Because Bow Wow took all that shit. He said, "Oh man, I'm training." He got tied at you years later.
But you should see from his track record, he's a nigga that starts something and don't finish it.
Even
Literally.
Action Bronson got in the ring.
Literally.
Bow Wow ain't shit.
Oh yeah, Shelton Benjamin's mama not being his actual mama. Yeah, that one.
For real?
Yeah, that was an actress. She was on Thea. That was the actress on Thea. Yeah. It's crazy.
We can't mention that name. That's not a banned word. Shelton and
not a-
Benjamin. So if we talk about Benjamin on the bill, we gotta say the $100
Guys,
bill.
to say B.
Yeah, the B. That's it. You know.
It's gonna be interesting how Wale made it.
Yo, very interesting. Very
It's
interesting.
gonna be very interesting.
Very
He
interesting.
ain't gonna say shit.
I think
though.
it just got the
He
get
gonna
every-
grill you though.
give
I'll be
everyone
honest with
shots.
you. He just gonna grill you.
He's not gonna be
He's
there.
not gonna be there.
Oh,
He don't go out the house.
That one.
typical cancer.
He ain't gonna be
Anyway, going back to AEW Revolution
Please
this
leave
past
us alone.
weekend. Yeah.
there. This will be the last week. we talk
Yeah,
about
I'm
this.
pretty. Yeah, I really think you should. Speaking about burying something, what did you guys think about the final burial? match?
Oh, Stephanie Hardy's going to Wale Mania?
Yeah, she going to LA.
That's the first.
Wait, what is?
I don't see. I don't see Stephanie go to Wale Mania.
She said it right
No,
there.
she just
No.
said it.
I know. But like, I don't know. She looks.
Oh,
like,
you don't see the ratchetness. Yo,
Yes,
so
yes,
it's so funny because I
yes.
thought the same thing. I was like, New York and LA are very two different animals, and this will be all of our first time going to LA. So it's like,
LA's not that ratchet, though.
my nigga, their
Oh, Paul,
party,
you going to Wale Mania?
their party scene is coke
Yeah.
Yes,
and
it's
drugs.
Not, it's not ratchet.
That's a different type of
Have you ever partied with people who do coke?
no.
But I don't think you understand. It's
They got guns.
Yes, they have guns, but it's a different type of hood.
Nigga, if you go up the block, Bloods is gonna press you. You go up the block, Crips gonna press you.
Yeah, no, it's still hood.
It's
Yo,
gay
but
it's
more.
a different feel
it's
of
wild.
elaborate.
It's wild because I literally was thinking,
Sorry.
I was like, yo,
There-
what colors can you wear out
It's
there?
smoother.
Like, it's those type of things you gotta think about.
It's smoother hood. It's a little swaggier, like chill hood. Like they still gonna throw a gun across your head.
I think Baldwin Hills is the chill,
Like New
swaggy hood. But
yeah, but like New York is greasy, and then like the hood niggas might smell in New York.
But there's levels of hood dudes in New York.
Yeah, but the hood dudes that's really gonna pull out a gun like they
Oh,
gonna
they
do it.
smell. They smell.
They
Yeah,
smell.
They smell.
Like the ones in LA probably take showers.
I doubt it because their homeless situation is wild out there.
They got a whole state.
Skid
out
Row is real.
But they have houses.
Oh, someone said make sure you don't wear your red bloodline.
Yo, I'm legit was like, yo, what colors can you wear? Like, do you take red? Do you
That's
take
a
red?
Tupac
Do you
shirt, that's
take
it.
blue? Do you wear Biggie? Like,
No, you wear
so many
Tupac
questions.
I think for a girl you're fine.
So many questions.
But I don't know what to wear. I'm looking at my
See,
closet.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
I
yo,
gonna hold you up
what
like, damn.
to wear?
But I don't wear like red and I don't wear red like that.
Oh, you may
I
though.
do.
Your sneakers.
I wear a lot of red.
I don't think they're gonna
Stay neutral.
Yeah.
Earth tone colors only.
It's all black and all
Oh.
white. Stephanie Hardy gonna get drunk and start twerking on the dance floor.
I'm
Yo,
here
don't
for
tell
it.
her boyfriend that.
I'm here for it.
Her
I'm
boyfriend
telling
might go
her.
crazy.
What stays in LA stays in. What happens in LA stays in LA. I
Stephanie
ain't
Hardy
saying
like,
shit.
it's the Hardy podcast.
Alabama in the building.
She said I
Why
really
you
don't.
popping ass?
She said I really don't go to the club like that. But even
How
when
are
I'm
the?
working,
I
I'm
wonder
gonna
how
go,
are the
she gonna
clubs
twerk,
in
she gonna smoke weed
Alabama?
and
I
have fun.
wonder.
Stephanie Hardy gonna drop it like it's hot.
Yeah.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the bitch, when
Yeah.
the bitch, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Bitch with an attitude.
North Carolina. North Carolina. Oh, it's my song, y'all. I'm Stephanie Hardy. Why she twerking?
I'm not gonna hold you. If they
Yeah.
play some New York shit, I'ma pop though. I ain't gonna hold you.
If Stephanie Hardy,
Cass gotta represent
if
hard.
Stephanie
Come
Hardy's
on,
on
now.
the table, I'm snatching her off the table. What are you doing?
No, you can't snatch her. I will not allow you to snatch her.
I will take her off the table.
I will
like I'm her
not. No,
father.
you won't. He won't do that, sis. I will let you live your best life,
like
okay?
this.
Because that's
You
an
better let me-
experience.
Yo, phone
Because
stay
imagine,
away.
because
Y'all keep your
imagine,
phone to your pocket in Wale Mania. But stay away. So trust me. What happened in New York, there's some stuff that happened. The phone never
New York
came
was
out.
wild.
wild.
Because like even last year, I felt was very
Chill.
But
that's
compared
before
to New
COVID,
York.
I ain't
The
gonna lie.
world before COVID was different.
Nah, but even just the
Oh, they
atmosphere.
have different COVID precautions over there in LA.
None, right?
They're still closed down.
Really? Well, that's how this one over here the other day told me that they still not letting parents like into like he has parent teacher conference for the baby tonight. They still don't have in-person parent teacher conference in New York.
Well, they said
In
COVID,
schools, like parents can't go into schools. Like parents could just drop off their kids.
But they say
Still,
now that
it's
starting,
wild.
they're going to declare COVID's over. In
Oh, in May.
yeah, May.
Yeah, Uncle Joey did say that. Any
That's
like
after
COVID
Mania.
protocol. You're right. So we may have to look into Los Angeles, California.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Listen, I just don't want to experience earthquakes. Like I don't. nah.
Stephanie Hardy said, I'm not gonna be on the table.
Niggas.
I'm gonna be on the
you
dance
gonna-
floor
listen, you be on the
twerking.
table,
No.
sis. It's
Nigga,
okay.
Earthquakes? Worry about fires in LA, B.
Nigga, they just listen. They all this weather they just had. They are out of a drought. All the snow, rain. Even right now, it's raining in California right now. They like literally everything that's been happening in the
Wait,
past
I got a
month
question. This is super random.
has
they
caused
really,
them not
if
to have a
they
drought.
really control the weather, right? Why didn't shoot a bunch of stuff in the air, pew pew pew,
I don't
and make
know.
the forest fire go away?
Nigga, I don't know.
What? Shoot something in the air?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know about how to be controlling weather, B?
Come on.
This ain't the place.
All right.
This ain't the place.
what-
Okay, back to
Shoot.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry and Christian ending their feud.
I like that. Oh, I like that.
He buried him to the ground. That was fire, B. Literally buried him.
Like he pressed the thing and,
I
then,
know.
and the thing went down. I was like, that shit kind of cool.
That shit was hard. I will say that. I was like, that shit was hard. When I saw the clip, I said, oh.
I'm staying in Inglewood.
That's different.
What's wrong
Oh,
with
that's
you?
bougie. Bad and bougie. Kick with no bougie.
This ain't the podcast for the weather weapon. You see? You see? You see? He knows.
Nah, I
knows?
listen. I fucks with the web. Listen, we got this guy. You should everyone add had this guy on YouTube. He's called Ryan Hall, y'all. One of the best meteorologists in the country. And he's on YouTube, and he basically tells you, like, forecast. He forecasts on YouTube, but then he goes live when there's ever a bad storm, so like tornadoes, like earthquake, any of that shit that's around him, because he's in the he's in the Kentucky area. But anytime there's any like active live shit, he goes live. So no, everyone, Ryan Hall, y'all, that's my guy. Like, cause I'm into weather stuff.
I think I'm gonna say TikTok.
No, I don't have that. So I don't know.
Yo, I be going
that.
deep.
That sounds like a deep hole.
Oh, cause to find out there's like giants that been like turned to stone. So mountains are really type of giants and type of animals too, big animals.
It's really interesting.
I be on TikTok too much because I be uploading videos. It takes a while. I be at work. I don't have a lot of service. I'm like, I'm like, oh man.
Oh, shout outs to Anthony behind the barricade in the building. It's so good to see him at Raw. I saw him at Raw after you
he
left.
Got a kid and everything. He's doing great for his life.
No,
B.
you think about the other
Ron,
one.
my bad. Oh, white boy Ant. My bad, white boy
Ant. Actually, Ant, how was Elimination Chamber when y'all went? Because him and his girl drove up to Canada for that show. Let me know how that was.
We gotta go, we should do a trip in Canada.
I mean, yeah. I've been wanting to go back to Toronto, so
let's do it.
I did want to go to Elimination Chamber, but that would have been too much right after Rumble. But all right, back to Revolution real quick. What other stuff happened besides the 60-minute sudden death situation? Good to know.
Will Hobbs winning.
Well, Hobbs won Wednesday. We ain't there yet.
Yeah.
The shit, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
What?
Why did they play hot potato with that belt like that?
Because Joe needs to get the title off of him.
But then what even put on him? Thank you.
So you should have just went like.
You should have kept it on Darby, to be honest with you. They should have kept that shit on Darby.
Darby probably needed time off.
Bro, they gave him the belt. He was doing a really decent run for 3 weeks solid with that belt.
I'm not gonna lie.
That nigga ain't need no time off.
The TNT title when Cody wasn't around was my favorite title.
To be honest, both secondary titles are kind of meaningless.
Nah, I feel like that Atlantic title is better.
That they're changing to the international title.
Because Atlantic title didn't sound right.
So why do it in the first place? It didn't sound right then.
This is the same guy that bought Ring of Honor.
Correct.
Paying people to watch it on a weekly
The
basis.
same that has Athena versus Willow. So if you do have Honor Club, Athena versus Willow Nightingale, I believe is tonight on Honor Club. So if you do have that, you can tune into that. But even when Willow posted it, I said that's some shit that needed to be on fucking Supercard. Why are we doing that on
Wait, they didn't even announce it yesterday. They didn't. You see,
what are we doing?
Again, the Blackpool Comment Club. You have titles. Come out with it, B.
I hate that club.
So I think now that the House of Black are the new trios champions, which like I said,
Fire.
I give Tony shit, but literally every person that won on that card Sunday was supposed to win.
Yeah.
And House of Black was definitely supposed to be new champions. I do like the whole I did like the Dark Order versus the Black the Combat Club. I think what they should do is give. I think what they should do is give Mox. I'll fix it in a second. Give Mox maybe a few time off that he really was supposed to have. And really, the Combat Club should really go for the trios title. They should really. You already a trio. Like that's what always frustrates me. It's like you have trios. I don't know why we're not using them.
Ring of Honor.
Oh, they do have the 6-man tag. That's a lot of belts. Yeah. Well. Anyway, Hangman Page versus John Moxley Good, as my guy Jim Cornette says, where the right person won. Mm-hmm. Sorry for the Moxley fans. I mean, I like Dean Ambrose, but I definitely think Hangman was supposed to come out of that winning. Mm-hmm. And then I guess last but certainly not least, the Gun Club. I already knew that. I didn't understand why you needed 4 tag teams for them to win, but then FTR came back out, got that pop. So they're back on AEW. Do you think it's short term because their contract's still in April? Who? FTR. Do you think they're gonna extend it, or do you think they're just gonna ride out?
They're probably gonna extend it.
Okay. So yeah, FTR returned. But once again, last but not least, MJF versus
that was a good match.
Daniel Bryanson for 60 minutes, and then it went to sudden death, where they were, I believe, 3 pins apiece. And they extended it. They did the good old Brett and Sean, Brett and Sean ending, which is fine. And then okay, so I didn't watch the pay-per-view, as everyone knows I was away this weekend. But I saw clips and stuff. I want honest opinion, and granted, heel shit is heel shit, and get it, understandable. But I want your honest opinion on the drink thrown on the little black boy. What did you think? Was it necessary? Was it?
You said a little black boy. She threw the buzzword on.
I sure did. And it's not to say that. And I had that talk with him. If it was a white kid, a white girl, a black girl, like kid, like it wouldn't matter. But what bothered me is that he's gonna have that label on him for a very long time. Like, he's going to be known as the kid that MJF threw the drink on. And I don't think that is, that's not what he wanted. That could have been his first, think about it, that could have been his first pay-per-view. That could have been his first time at AEW. You know what I mean? Like, it's so many stuff that can kind of go into that. But I want your opinion because, it's been the talk of the town for the past few days. Because everyone reverts back to, well, MJF is a heel. He's supposed to do heel shit.
What did his mother say?
But what was that? Oh, the mother was hot.
I'm surprised the mother didn't snuff
hot.
So,
well, I mean, you want to catch a case?
You want to catch? So
on live TV?
That's a black mother.
But bro, you got to be smart about that.
No,
you got to be smart though.
But people will understand. That's the mother defending her kelp.
Because what I do like, and I messaged him personally. Will posted a picture of him and the boy backstage because after that happened, they sent everybody executive out to check on him because that was not planned. Because most of the time, stuff like that happens, it's planned. You already know what's happening.
Yeah.
And they had whatchamacallit. They had a few executives come out, make sure he was okay. He got taken backstage. He hung out with Will, and Will posted the picture of it. And I thought that was dope because I was just like, you don't know how that can affect him now and later in life. And that was my issue was.
So this is my thing with the whole thing. MJF was wrong.
Yeah.
Absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
And he messed up on the situation. Hopefully he apologized to the kid.
I doubt it.
Behind the scenes, he should have.
I doubt it.
Because just to give the kid, like you said, this could be one of his only memories he has of this.
Right.
And it could traumatize him. You never know. But AEW did what they needed to do post that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's one of those, like, you're yelling and screaming about it, but AEW did what they needed to do in the back end. What else can they do? What's done is done.
So how we know that MJF didn't apologize?
I don't know. I'm not saying that.
Not you. But everyone can say that he didn't apologize. I was like, how you guys know that? How you know that after this match he did a scream, had a conversation with the mother, everything like that?
You know
like,
what?
I hate when people.
It's so hard because Maxwell and once again it's the beauty about being in character and staying in character and just think about it like I hate to it's not a comparison, but think about Darius Carter.
Right.
Would you think he would apologize after the fact?
That happened to me before, me and him.
No, but I'm just saying, because I've seen it. I've seen it live and in color with him. Do you think, outside, it not being you, do you think he would apologize?
But he wouldn't do it to a kid, though.
Not being you.
He wouldn't,
He wouldn't.
He wouldn't, and that's the thing about.
But the thing is, it's.
Okay, let's put a scenario. Would he apologize to the kid? Yes. Like, knowing him, knowing how much, like, he understands the concept of the business, understands the kids of the future, I could bet money on that he will apologize to the kid. He will apologize to the black mother.
I think he would have. Because behind the scenes without nobody seeing
it. And knowing him having a black mother, he will not disrespect that little boy in front of his mother because he knows how the wrath of a black woman is for their child. That's what I'm saying.
That's any mother, black, white. It doesn't matter. They're still gonna defend their kid.
It's that instinct.
It's that motherly instinct.
But they also gotta be smart about it because I know a lot of people was like, "Well, why didn't she hit him then?"
Listen, at the end of the day, she had no. She
it's in real time. Like you could be shocked. Like I would have been like how she reacted was just like I would have been the same way. They'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like,
but it's one of those situations like AEW tried their hardest to make the situation better.
Yeah, they tried. Yeah.
So you know one of those things. What are you gonna do after? Like everybody's complaining, yelling and screaming. All right, cool.
They did their job.
They did what they needed to do. You wanted the kid to get fired, but what this is that, all right, MJF, you had a killer Iron Man match. You're AEW champion. You gotta level up now.
So actually,
those cheap heat stuff.
Correct.
You gotta cut that back out. And you got to improve everything else now.
That can't be the crutch that you always use. The cheap heat can't be the crutch now.
Yeah.
Because you are literally the face of the company. And it can't always be that way. And so actually it goes into my question, and then we'll go into This Week in Wrestling. So we'll talk about SmackDown. We'll talk about Raw.
I want to ask you this, a question. Do you think MJF know who he is as him as a person,
yes,
not as a character?
Yes, he does.
He does.
He's
well aware. Do you know what it's Maxwell Smart? Don't let it get twisted now. Maxwell's smart, and he's very aware of who he is.
But do you think
and what he does?
But do you think he does what he does because nobody press him?
Correct.
Like I personally feel
he get away with murder.
Like
yeah.
I personally feel
just think about the average nigga that says whatever he wants to say and walks away and doesn't get punched in the mouth.
Yeah, and I'm watching MJF. I feel like he always was the golden boy, and I feel like he always finds some way because I feel like nobody ever really put him in his place.
Correct.
Because I feel like him doing what he did to the kid, he pushed the line. He does push the line too much to the point where, like, yo, who punched you in your face in wrestling?
Who punched you in your face in real life?
But it's one of those things where people like heels too much, so you're living off of that.
Mm-hmm. So that's where that
he
blurred
enjoys
line,
it, so he enjoys
the blurred
it.
line of heel, because heels, an actual heel, and that's we always talk about this. An actual heel gets booed, an actual heel gets heat. Like Dominic Mysterio, heel.
I get that.
So the MJF side of things, it's like, listen, we know yet. Listen, I've always said Maxwell was talented from even the MLW days. Maxwell's talented. He's great on the mic. He's probably if not the best person on mic in that company. But the cheap heat is gonna start to diminish your actual talent. And that's what I don't want for him. So actually my question, and then we'll move on to This Week in Wrestling, is who's next for MJF? Now they have, we have Daniel Bryan in the back, and he said he's going to go home. I don't definitely think that means WWE, guys. I think literally he means he's going to go home.
He's going to go home to SummerSlam. He's going to pop up at SummerSlam.
Not going to go home.
Yes, he is.
I don't see that. But
I'm coming home.
Because Daniel Bryan definitely said, like, listen, whatever. I think he had a 3-year contract with A-Dubs. And then he said once that ends, then he's just going to go part-time. So I think we're in that realm of when it ends.
It hasn't been 3 years yet.
No, it's been how long? 2?
Yes.
Oh. Well, he's going to go off a little bit. But who's next
to face the pillars?
Who's next to face MJF? Because right now they're building up to Double or Nothing, which they just announced will be, I think it's Memorial Day weekend in Las Vegas again.
I mean, it's the pillars.
So who do you see?
I heard that the next match is going to be the pillar match.
Like, all of them.
I like MJF versus Wardlow.
But who? I don't know. I'm not sold on that. After the whole TNT shit, I'm not.
I think that's why they took it off of him.
I think. But then why do it?
Why
do it?
To put it on Hobbs.
But you honestly,
you couldn't avoid that.
You should have just left it on Darby. You still could have.
Exactly.
You still could have had the end result, and actually speaking, Darby would have been the better person to how that played out with QT screwing and coming out and them powerbombing him off the stage. Darby would have been a better placeholder in that than Warlow. Like I was
saved Warlow, and like
they did. Granted, them doing it the way they did it saved Warlow, and it put Will over, and I get it.
Yeah,
I see it. It's fine, but. In doing all of that in the span that you did it, you kind of diminish Warlow's momentum. And it's been like that since from when he lost from MJF. Like, I get it. So that's why if they're going to go the MJF Warlow, I think it needs a little bit more time to do that. Like, I wouldn't do that until Full Gear. I would push that all the way to the end of the year.
So then continue working it.
Because then, in all honesty,
so
because MJF is going to be champion the entire year, and we know that because his contract ends next year. So we already know that.
So, but the thing is, build it up.
Correct.
So you have until May. So let's build up a storyline, or let's look at the roster.
Okay.
The only second option is Kenny.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should.
I wouldn't pull that either.
I wouldn't pull the trigger on Kenny until
you ready to take it off of him.
No. until you're all out, because that's kind of like their WrestleMania.
Yeah, it is.
When it's all out.
September. It's Labor Day weekend.
So why not? Wardlow just took this loss. Actually, I couldn't do that because Wardlow just took a loss.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at who's on.
I mean, you could do Jungle Boy.
I would absolutely will not fucking do Jungle Boy.
You said pillars.
I didn't say pillars. He said pillars. You actually gonna put Jungle Boy with MJF in the program?
You can't run back Ricky because they just did that.
What about Darby Allin versus MJF?
That could work.
Someone said it too, yeah.
Someone said no, save Kenny for All Out, yeah.
Rashad said running back MJF versus Darby for I agree. Because like
I was just
feel
going
like,
based off of pillars.
Because this is what I always believe. WWE used to always do that. When you become world champion, you should go to gauntlet of different matches to show the world that no matter what match is thrown at me, I can win. And that was always the good old school style I always enjoy, where passing the torch, where Mick was the guy. He elevated Edge, Triple H,
Randy.
The Rock, Randy Orton, Undertaker, Big Show, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you put in that, when you're in that position to put people over. Then you just have a long list of people.
But
he just had an epiphany.
It is fragile pillars. There's nothing there.
I feel the second tier pillars are better.
Okay, who's the second tier pillars?
Daniel Garcia, Ricky Starks, Will Hobbs, and the alien.
Chris Statlander.
Chris Statlander.
I don't like her.
She's supposed to be coming back soon.
Yeah.
Andrade supposed to be coming back soon too.
Why?
I don't know. Listen, he.
Oh no.
Sammy.
He definitely.
No.
Oh, I could do Sammy.
I
could do Sammy and him.
Actually, MJF and Sammy.
MJF and Sammy, I could go for. Cause you know what it is though. It's hard when you put the title on the person that is probably the best talker in the company.
I think Sammy's
so.
good enough.
It's hard to like MJF and Darby on paper and picture looks and sounds great, but Darby couldn't talk. He could carry that like the necessary promos to from now until the end of May. Like niggas would be upset. Like we'd be like, what are we talking about here? What spooky shit are we doing
Darby
here?
MJF could be on the TV pay-per-view.
You know they live for those.
They be fired though.
Some do, some don't. The battle of the belt shit don't hit ever.
Because
Ever.
like they don't
It's a
like
terrible concept that you guys don't execute.
You know why it's stupid? Because they never build it up for it.
No,
like,
it always is a random Friday that replaces Rampage or some shit.
You don't get to be tight. It's just like they will have a world championship match on Wednesday and say Battle of the Belts. We doing it again. Why?
But that's how I felt about that's why the TNT shit fucked with me, because I was just like,
right.
Why did they have Warlow win it on Sunday to then 3 days later lose it to Will? Like what? If you were gonna do that, you might as well kept it on Joe and let Will get the bigger pop winning off of Joe. I'm just saying, the way that they do stuff sometimes, it doesn't always benefit the person that actually is winning, because it's their moment. This is the first title he's won ever in the company, and how was it? It was dirty. It was against a nigga that lost all his gear, which I still low-key think is work, but that's neither here nor there. It was already so many obstacles. Like, and then you had assistance from QT Marshall, which, listen, like I said, I don't mind, because they actually did bring that back, because that I realized that was the one thing I liked about QT Marshall entering that picture, was he wanted to recruit Will after Will and Team Taz broke up. And if you go back and I said, listen, AEW ain't known for pulling out some shit out of a rabbit hat from so long ago, but I remembered that, and that's why I appreciated that. So thank you, TK, on that one.
So is Arn Anderson coming back?
No. Probably not. But all right, this week in wrestling, we actually watched Rampage where we're in Houston.
Why?
Because it came on after SmackDown.
I've been on Rampage this week.
The shit with Keith Lee and Goldust versus Swerve and the other dude.
So I'm gonna say
what
this.
the fuck was that?
I'm gonna say this because I saw the clips.
Why did we do that?
Hold on. People are gonna be mad. I'm about to say
They
this.
not.
No, they will.
They won't.
They will.
I promise you.
Especially ones that follow us.
He won't.
What the fuck is Keith Lee doing? No, and it's
a real question.
It's
a real question.
It's a legit question.
Disclaimer: character, not the person.
I'm not talking about Keith Lee, your husband. Not talking about Keith Lee, your best friend. Not talking about Keith Lee, whatever the hell he is to you in the real world. I'm talking about Keith Lee in the ring on AEW Dynamite Rampage, the AEW character. Keith Lee, I'm talking about the grayed hair motherfucker that's wearing a cape, looking like fucking he's out of Hogwarts video game.
Yo, it gave me Mordecai. Yeah. I was like, when we were watching it,
Mordecai.
I said, what in the Mordecai is going on here?
Black Kai.
What is going on?
Like, what are you doing?
Look at supervillain.
But the thing about it, like,
but it don't make sense.
But okay, I would get it if y'all explained this to me. Did he go to Narnica?
Did he go to Mortal Kombat?
He went to the Lion Witch in the wardrobe.
like, did he walk through a closet
Ooh.
and then he came back as Keith Lee?
Gene said, "What's worse, AEW Keith Lee or Bearcat Lee?" AEW Keith Lee. The fuck.
Because
Good question.
y'all keep because the thing is, hold on, I got another question.
The Bearcat, they explained.
What happened to the ranking system?
It wasn't even a real ranking system. What are you talking about?
No.
That shit was crazy.
I need answers.
Yo, wait a second, bro. Hold on. These niggas would have a number one, right? And the nigga would lose, and he would still be number one. Your number 5 would be number 2, and that nigga ain't even wrestling.
Yo, that was just like
But the
number
thing
ranked
is, that was y'all thing. That was y'all thing, like it was UFC.
I tried to defend it too.
Yo, everybody tried to defend
You
it.
did. You
Everybody
did.
tried to
You
defend it.
did.
Tony Khan, I'm talking to you, nigga. Where is the ranking system?
Is that even a real thing now?
Where is the ranking system?
Wait, hold on. When on Dynamite, did you see wins and losses on?
I don't
on
see
the
that no
thing?
more.
No.
I don't see that no more.
Whoa.
They got rid
How
of
do you
it
just get
and
rid of
didn't
it
tell me.
and it tell nobody? How do you Men in Black that? How did you Men in Black that? Wow. I'm sorry.
Because you know what? The ranking system held the booking accountable.
It didn't, because it made it.
Yes, it did.
No,
Yes,
it didn't. It made you question it. Still.
That's what I'm saying. It held it accountable because, like Mikey mentioned, how you have the 5th ranked person in a title match. There's 4 other motherfuckers before them.
But they
So
was always
Tony
doing that.
Khan, where's my ranking system, nigga?
Yo, someone said Keith Lee is a hidden character in Tekken 8. Keith Lee.
Somebody said Keith Lee's the
Vaughn
hidden
said it.
character.
That's funny. Vaughn said you gotta. Oh, so there's levels to Keith Lee. So this is the unlock level that we didn't ask for. That now we
No,
get,
we didn't get it at WWE. Because
Well, you see why?
He got released.
Vince would have never, and I mean never, made that nigga.
Keith Lee is still the same.
Nah.
You got a new outfit.
So he just changed the gear.
Yeah.
But that shit even bugged me out because.
Actually press O.
But it bugged me out because it was like he was looking like a preacher.
Pack.
Oh, yeah.
We got the expansion pack, Keith Lee.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah.
It's the
I'm
DLC
fucking
Keith
dead.
Lee.
All right, move on
Shazam's
to.
coming out.
Yeah.
It's a partnership with Shazam.
No,
So we got
it's
Shazam
not.
and Special Edition Keith
No,
Lee.
I'm mad. I almost got excited for that.
But there's a special, because next week is sponsored by Shazam, the movie. So Keith Lee was getting a character. So he's sponsored by Shazam, the movie.
Oh, you talking about the match that? Hey Dre, you talking about the match that's being sponsored by them? But Orange Cassidy versus Jeff Jarrett.
So, like,
I ain't gonna hold you. Jeff Jarrett wins. I will pop. I will not lie. All right. Real quick. This week, Monday Night Raw commenced from Boston, Massachusetts.
Cena's town.
Woo! Jonathan Cena out here being emotional. It did feel like the beginning of the end. And it was weird, but all good things do come to an end. So it did kind of
Really
get that feel.
he put over Austin.
So I have a question.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
because we talked about that last
I
night.
felt that way too.
I 1,000%
I
feel
felt
that
way
way.
too, because as far as wrestling wise, why do everyone say once somebody have a fire promo, they buried them? They buried them. And he's just saying the obvious. He's
No,
saying nothing.
yeah,
So explain to me why people feel that
So
John Cena
no,
buried him.
so I don't get it, and it's funny because we definitely talked about that last night after the movie. What I said was, and I realized it, is Jonathan Cena put him through the Jonathan Cena promo class 101. He was testing theory, and to the point of seeing could he stay with him. could he? And Theory threw some jabs too. So let's not all get on the Jonathan buried him bandwagon so fast. And I think people say it because everyone's used to John Cena's antics and his punches and how he comes at him. Look at how him and The Rock, him and Roman. Who else? Who else he had big feuds with? Him and Randy. Him and Edge. Him and Bray, even with cinematic shit. Like Cena just is just in his own caliber of promo skills and how he talks, because he low-key raps he raps how he talks, low-key. So that's just how he's always been. Even from Ruthless Aggression,
he always been
Thugonomics. Because I keep telling him, I said, listen, if John Cena comes out to Thugonomics at WrestleMania, I won't know what to do with myself.
Theory might do that.
I won't know what to do with myself, because you have to think about this. Will be one of the last WrestleManias he's ever going to be in. So I don't think he buried him. I think he elevated Theory and gave him the platform to show that he is meant for being one of the faces of the company in the future. Because in all honesty, 10, 15 years from now, the Mount Rushmore could be him. It could be Carmelo. It could be Braun. It could be a whole bunch of other guys that have been in NXT the last 5 years. It could be fucking Montez. You have all these guys that are still fairly young. And Austin Theory is definitely, he reminds a lot probably of Cena, of himself. And you can see it in how he talked to him. You can see it at how it was encouraging. It was a wake-up call. It was a humbling moment. It was, we're going to go out and kill it at WrestleMania. And I got all of that really from the both of them. I felt more excited about the match even before. I mean, I was excited before because I've been waiting for Austin to get this opportunity to kind of face his older brother in that sense, in any type of capacity. But no, I don't think it was a burial. I think Cena his delivery is always going to be bigger and better, I think, than the person he's going against. So I don't know.
I kind of see it this way is, iron sharpen iron. That's how you get better.
You know who said that? Ricky Stark said it about working with Jericho.
Yeah, that's how you get better. Like, as far as promo-wise. Because if you keep working the same exact people, you're not going to get better. Like, for example, The Rock forced John Cena to step up his promo game. To the point that John Cena,
they had to run that back twice.
Yeah, the fact that The Rock got tight. John Cena looked at him and was like, I ain't scared. And you know what John Cena did? Roman could have said something back, but Roman didn't. Austin Theory could have said something back, but he didn't.
Well, it's just gonna he basically told Austin, "You're next up."
Yeah,
be prepared.
He's giving the torch. He has it in his hand, and he's showing him what the torch looks like. He's showing him what it could be if you figure out who you really are and stick to that.
It's not burying, because just like if I'm in practice, right, and I see somebody who's nice, I would take to the side, nigga, and say, nigga, what the fuck you doing, son? You too nice to do the bare fucking minimum, nigga. Step your game up. You can do what you have to do. Some people might look outside in. Oh, Black is wilding on him. Black is getting in on him. But people who knows me, know how I love helping people say, nah, Black is just throwing that big brother into him. Yeah. Saying that, I'm big brother. I've been here before. I want you to do better. So everybody think that someone's burying him, then you have had experience where somebody pushed you to do better.
It's a different type of uplifting that I felt like that Cena did with him, and it was necessary. And also because we may not see Cena again until WrestleMania. So if that's going to be the mark in having Austin,
mad busy.
To have him now carry the match all the way, like promo-wise and being on TV-wise, to carry it all the way to WrestleMania, that was the way to do it. You had the Logan Paul... Seth Rollins selling the fuck out of shit, and I love it. Seth Rollins and Logan Paul segment.
Best person from the Shield.
Yes, overall. Yes, absolutely. I will not disagree that.
Bum-ass John Moxley.
Don't do that. You had the Bloodline saga continues. So Solo Sikoa got his first loss. Technicality. He didn't get a pin, which is interesting because I think Solo gonna end up winning Money in the Bank, and that's gonna be weird and wild. So get ready. But you had you had Solo and Sammy going against each other, And Jimmy came out. And, you know, he was all like, where's Jay? Because Friday night, you know. Yo, Roman is like that dad that tells you some shit and you get scared to go on that, whatever day that's going to happen. Because when he told him, he said, yo, if he's not here on Friday, I'm going to start blaming you. And I was like, ooh, he going to be in trouble if he don't come on Friday with his brother. Like, it's so bad. But then you had Jay coming on down from the Raptors, Sting-like. And man, the roller coaster of emotions that happened in that whole segment where they went, it was almost like a flashback of their entire relationship. And that was why it was so beautifully done, because it was like you got when Jay really wasn't fucking with him at first. Then you got him embracing him because then they hugged. And then they put up the ones, and that was at the peak. That was when they was together. They was band brothers. They was together. And then he super kicked the shit out of him. And then, but the thing, that's why you got to listen, because niggas be mic'd up. And WWE has been really good now. You got to really listen to the mic. That nigga said, this is family shit.
But he looked like he said something to him before he kicked him.
Before he kicked him, yeah.
Oh.
He hugged him. And he said something in his ear. So that's why the plot kind of.
Oh, the plot thickens even more. I didn't see that.
And the thing about it
Whoa,
is,
so then he tell him like, yo, sell this.
but the thing about it is, Jay
Could you imagine?
is not doing for Roman. He understand if Jay
Nah,
goes away
yeah,
from the bloodline.
and that's what I'm saying. That's just because he's super good Sammy does not mean
Yeah.
he about to go on Friday Night Smackdown and fuck with Roman. That does not mean
because
that.
he has to understand that, yo, I got to do this for my brother.
Right. Like, my brother is who I'm saving. I'm not saving
you. But at the end of the day, Sammy, we understand this. On the back end, I got you. But right now, we got to do what we have to do.
Right. Oh, shit. And then once again, so this is why, like, WWE is, like, when they got to get their flowers on production. And I've always been very, very vocal about it.
I like
because
AEW.
even when, yeah. Because, you know, they'll get there, hopefully. I don't know. But if you go back to the segment, it's always low-key Baron Corbin. They always fucking with Baron Corbin backstage. But it was an interview going on, and in the background, far in the back, you see Cody and Kevin talking. And what I said weeks ago, I said Cody Rhodes is going to be the one to get Kevin Owens and Sami on the same page so that they can face the Usos at WrestleMania. So they planting them seeds wild, and you got to really look and see. You got to pay attention. Like, that shit is, this is what I love about the little part. Even when Bobby did the promo backstage and they had the fucking flickering of the TV to the Bray Wyatt logo, I was just like, yo, he fucking with him, and he don't even know it. And that's going to piss Bobby off even more because he fucking with him. And then we had, trying to think.
Homeland and Cody.
I'm asleep. What else happened in Raw real quick before we go and take this on home? I'm just trying to think.
Being backstage.
They're in Boston. Jonathan Cena was there.
I
Y'all niggas really making it bigger than
He
I
had a
think
nice
it needs to be.
mustache, though.
He out here looking.
I didn't
He
see the
got.
picture.
He looked like Randall. He looked like Randy. When Randy cut off his beard, it only had the mustache.
Like a pedophile.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Porn stash Randy.
yeah, a little bit.
Wait, Riddle still in rehab?
No, but they don't have nothing. I really think they're not trying to fuck with Riddle no more, to be honest with you. I ain't gonna hold you on that. They don't got nothing creative for him because he's been cleared. That what was it, 60, 90 days, whatever it was,
Dang,
had already finished. He's not injured, so
Dang, Riddle.
Just out here fucking porn stars.
yeah, legit.
Living his life.
Dang,
Rashad
Riddle.
asks, if you guys have any questions, we'll take a few and then we'll head out. Rashad asks, what do you guys think of the Elias and Boogs segment? I like Rick Boogs.
Oh, that's cool.
Someone asked earlier, it could have been Rashad, who do you guys think is going to face Gunther at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title? This week on SmackDown, they're having is a six-man?
6-man, yeah.
Fatal way, 6-way fatal way, which I don't know how they're going to do because Kofi's injured.
Fatal 5.
Okay, because Kofi's injured, so I don't know how they was gonna work
So
that.
it might
in.
be.
But I think Drew, Sheamus, Woods is in it, Cross is in it, and somebody else.
Drew.
I said Drew.
What about Escobar? He's in it.
Oh, Santos. Escobar.
Santos. Oh.
I don't think he's in it. Actually.
That feud with Ray and his son.
About to heat up.
Yo.
I think Ray is about to leave. What's her name though?
What?
Really?
Dominic.
Ray about to be what?
Ray
No,
about to leave?
Dominic's Rhea Ripley's about to leave Dominic.
Yeah.
Oh
about to
yeah,
break
yeah.
up.
When she won the title, yeah.
Nah, I think they're about to break up soon because she was kind of ignoring him when she was on her phone, and she acting different now. She getting Hollywood, man.
I mean, she had to pay for Valentine's Day and didn't plan on doing that shit.
He's wanted by the police.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Yo,
a hot boy out here.
I love the fact that they feel like they can still have a teardrop under this nigga's eye
Yes.
every week. Sell it. Sell it.
Yeah.
Dom, sell it.
R.I.P. to his daddy, Eddie.
As
Oh!
what?
That pissed me off, too. How they low-key try to retcon that.
What?
And act like that Eddie is not his daddy.
He's not.
Yes, he
So I'm
is.
saying from earlier, your conversation from earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
What conversation?
They had said before that Eddie was his dad.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that they were unsure? That was weird.
No, clearly, Eddie said, I remember that promo, it says, I couldn't take care of it because the bastard baby, and Ray couldn't have kids, I gave it to Ray.
Because now you think about it, like, did Eddie smash his wife?
No, he smashed a different woman. And the woman was like, okay, it was his mistress, right?
And then he didn't want the family to know.
The family to know.
So
He gave it to Ray.
So he gave the baby to Ray.
Yeah, to raise them.
Yo, storylines, I tell you.
It was great.
Yeah.
Storylines.
storyline.
I
'Cause I
agree
believed
with
it.
Dre. They're probably hinting to Drew and Sheamus versus Gunther at WrestleMania, which would be kind of really they should have saved that for when they go to London for Money in the Bank. To be honest with you,
Listen,
but you know, hey, Gunther I think still will retain. And I would do that night one and get that out the way. Yeah. But once again, we'll be back at Legends for WrestleMania weekend. So make sure to tune in if you're not going to LA.
who's y'all? I will be at Legends with Dre. It's not y'all. I will be here.
I'm not trying to tell the world where I'm going this time.
About to be dead ass Smoke Fest.
It's not.
Smoke Fest Mania.
It's not. Make sure to RSVP both nights. Also, and NXT this week was really good. Real quick, you had the build up. They're building up Stand and Deliver really well. Where you have for confirmed Carmelo Hayes going against Braun Breaker for the NXT title. So now they got to figure out. Roxanne Perez had a really great women's match on Tuesday night, but then passed out. But it was because it was so hard hitting. She took the breath out of her. And it was really full circle for me and Mikey because we actually saw them tag when we went to NXT last year. So that was really good dope. Listen, I'm still very big fan of Andrew Chase. So Chase U in the building. I like what they do. I just love the stories that they tell on NXT. It's really dope and interesting. So yeah, that's real quick. Once again, Stand and Deliver will be Saturday morning on the West Coast, but I believe it's afternoon time here in New York. And then WrestleMania Night 1 will be Saturday, April the 1st, and then WrestleMania Night 2 will be Sunday, April the 2nd. So make sure to RSVP for that here on Legends. If you will be in the LA metro area, make sure to let us know. We can meet up, we can hang out, talk some wrestling shit. Anything else? Make sure to all streaming platforms tune in to A Love Story Chapter 2 by Michael Bosick. Cheap plug for him because he's sitting here in the corner. You guys can't see him, but hashtag more than friends. But and other than that, we hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. We'll be back next week, same time. Well, maybe same time, but same place. Shout out to Gotham Studios for, of course, being our home base. As always, I'm Janelle from HR here with Star Wilkins and Mr. Black. Hashtag Black Excellence. Happy Women's Month. And we are out. Four eyes are better than one.
Yeah, I didn't wear no glasses today. I should have.
That would have fucked me up even more. I don't know.
I got perfect vision. I just wear like the non-prescription ones.
Oh, okay.
I want to feel smart.
Yo, nigga said this is the only time we gonna ever.
I was over, got the hands in motion. If you go, we're rolling, no need to focus. Traveling states and over oceans. You gotta wait till your coast chosen. Trying to have lines outside the show like Harry Potter releases at Barnes and Noble.